Howdy, folks. Welcome, one and all. The drywall is complete except for a lot of the, now over here, you'll see it's got screws all the way up. But not all of them have that. I was very much in a hurry. So when I put these screws, I went as far as I could reach and moved on because I didn't want to be stopping to climb the ladder. Now in one blow, I can move the ladder and follow along, and that's what I'm here to do today. So it's nice rainy day here. It's pouring outside. I'm going to grab my drill, and I will be right back with the drill. So let me post my little comment as I always do. And get going. Hey, Mitch, good to see you. I'm screwing in the top half of the well, not the top half, the top third of the drywall walls. The ceiling's been done for a while, and the walls are all done up to where I could reach. And then now I gotta climb the ladder and do the bulk of it. I've done about a third already, so let's do that. Give me a second. Let me grab my drill. Should be all I need. There's going to be some sections where I might have to take the drill. Some sections where I'm going to have to pull the drill head off and use this to do a little bit of tightening. But for the most part, this should work. So let's find out, shall we? I'll leave the screws here, and off we go. Feel free to make comments and ask questions. Every now and then, there is, of course, the plate, the wall plate. Check, make sure all of them are fairly in place, because I'm here now. The last thing I need is to be interrupted when I'm putting in compound. All right, move on to the next section. Oh, thanks. The door actually is, it's one of those fiberglass stainable doors. Wood is nice, but far too much changes in humidity and weather here to be effective. All the doors in this part of Florida, I've seen them shrink and expand. But fiberglass is perfect, and what I'll do is I'm going to stain it like probably a dark walnut. I was thinking of a nice walnut color, and then put a UV marine UV coating on it, and I think that'll look real well, real nice. We'll find out after I do it, but that's way later, as they say. Okay. Time to reload. So today I was I'm very happy that I did it. The ground, I used this sweeping compound, and it got rid of the bulk of the dust that was on the ground, because I'm done with the drywalling, with cutting drywall pieces and stuff. So I was happy about that. Did that this afternoon. Let's see. Every now and then you miss one. And I do the unscrew thing, and then I have to get it out with my finger, because the last thing I need is. Now, usually what I do for most of this, and that's why I'm going from left to right, is I take the ladder, and I like to put it this way, because my right arm is over here, the ladder goes up, and then wham, 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 and I do that. Namely, this. I already hear the speed coming down. Pretty soon I'll need to swap the battery, but I'll do that in the next change. Just listen to that motor going down. I've got 5 more. Let's see if I can do it from here. That was it. 4 more. All right. Next strip. I'm going to go grab a quick battery change, then I'll read your comments. All right, let's see what we got over there. Okay, so here we go. And bought me one of those USB battery adapters. Haven't had a chance to use it yet. Battery adapter, that's, oh yeah, those things are, they're fantastic. They're absolutely fantastic. Well, actually, I was gonna go, where's mine? Mine is right, as soon as I can pull this out of here. Here we go. Mine is right here. I found one, DCB090. It's not a DeWalt, but it's for DeWalt batteries. This is not a DeWalt battery. It's an aftermarket. You know, okay. Say what you will about DeWalt, and I love their tools, most of them, except for the and I'll show you that one in a second. I was just showing this to Alex earlier today. This is a fantastic little tool. It's but this one, it takes a DeWalt battery. It is not DeWalt. It's nice because you hold it down and it shuts off and stays closed. You know, protect the little one's fingers, or the little one shouldn't be anywhere near this. It's a pruner, tree pruner. My wife swears by this. She burned out the DeWalt one. And the DeWalt one's great, except this costs $50. I mean, you can't beat it. You can't beat the price of these things. My batteries, you know, you could argue all day long about brand name OEM versus manufacturer. I got a bunch of different batteries, and when one goes, I throw it away and buy another one. $20. Are they 6 amp? Most of them are very close, and that's why, by the way, I recommend Project Farm if you've ever. I love that guy. He's extremely meticulous. He has reviews for just about every single tool, oil. He reviews mechanical stuff. He reviews gardening stuff. He reviews so many different reviews on there. And if he doesn't have one, ask him and he'll do one. It's fantastic. Extremely detailed reviews on everything. You know, weed eater lines, which one's better, and the best bang for your buck. And you can decide. He has all different. Well, anyway, so he was reviewing aftermarket batteries, and sure enough, I went by his recommendation. Many times I go by his recommendation. Many times, and this guy is fantastic. So aftermarket batteries, I'll take them any day over DeWalt. Come on, you go to the store, it's $99 for one battery. Meanwhile, I buy 5 of these. Will 5 of these last me longer than the one DeWalt? You bet they will. Particularly because most of us, you know, are not very OCD about charging them and keeping them charged and the best way. And we just grab it. If it's charged, great. If it's not, you know, I mean, come on, let's be realistic. So I've got 8 batteries or 9, all different, from DeWalt, which came with the tool, to a bunch of different ones. And none of them is better than another. There's 1 or 2 brands which I'll never buy again because they're that bad. They're horrible. They lasted me maybe a month, but for $20, it was a good, you know, and not even 20. Some of them are like, I've had a couple that are 2 for 30, you know, so it's $15 batteries anyway. And I buy mostly the 6 amp hour batteries. I don't mind the extra weight. Heck, I know it gets tiring. I'm pushing all day long, but it's not worth it. Anyway, USB battery adapter. What's up, everyone? Hey, Al, good to see you. Yeah. A bright shirt for the video, yes. I'm always in glowing. Yep. DeWalt is fantastic. Yeah, so the DeWalt USB charger is great, but I bought, like I said, I bought this pair of DeWalt these USB chargers things here. These things, same as the DeWalt. It's got the 2 USBs. Well, it's some of them are fancier, some of them are not, but it's solid. I've been using it on my cameras and on some of my tools. The charger, I bought an aftermarket charger. It's a 4 battery charger. It cost me, I think, $25. The DeWalt's cost, I think it's $60, might be $80. It's you know, like I said, I like name brands, but I don't like throwing my money away. And anyway, in the end, that other one has 2 USBs on it. My power strips from Harbor Freight, real nice. The magnetic ones that attach to they have 2 USBs on them. Half my outlets are going to have USBs on them, and USB-C as well. I mean, this is It's the way to go these days. But yeah, it's nice to have something portable. All right. Oh, here we go. Let's go down the hallway. I'll continue reading the comments in a second. Okay, what happened here? Ah. Must have been a... Caught it right in the middle of that. Like I said, you gotta unscrew the ones that pop out, because the last thing you need is there we go. Next section. Okay. The circumcision tool. Gotta love it. Hey, Dave, good to see you. The circumcision tool. I got a funny cousin. So let me put you guys way back here so I can get a good stream going. But yeah, I'll take aftermarket tools over the others any day. Oh ho! Spider. That's the first bug I've seen in this house. Well, probably won't be the last. So like I said, I'm finishing up the top section because I didn't want to slow down when I did all the walls. I didn't want to slow down by going up and down the ladder and being exhausted. Make sure none of them are butting out. I love that little zunk when it strips. It didn't go in all the way, and it's, you know, sometimes it's because I didn't put enough pressure. Other times it's because I just went sideways a little, or you know, and it happens. This is very, very tiring on the arm, which is why my shoulder's been killing me lately. And out of bolts. Here we go. Go grab the next strip. So, little by little, and while I'm at it, I might stretch over to the other side and knock those off, but I'm better off just going around. Oh yeah, I apologize for being out of camera angle. Let's see if I can, there we go. Just for two. Might as well hit both sides. It's only 4 foot wide. Okay. Oh. Tomorrow begins, well, unless I'm finishing this stuff, tomorrow begins some compounding. I think I'm going to start compounding tomorrow. I just want to change the pace. So, do what I can. I didn't mark that. I hate it when I don't mark it. Or when I forget to mark it. Okay. Next strip. That's that one. Whew, telling you. Yeah. My cousin was here today, and he made the comment that everybody else says when they're here, which is it feels like I got air conditioning on. And right now, it's actually pretty cool. Yeah, the level 5 videos are gonna be fun. So it's pretty cool now, and it's just climbing up and down the ladder is exhausting, and well, as cool as it is, you know, a chunky man doing exercise is gonna cause quite a bit of perspiration. All right, so there goes some more of this. Grab another strip. In a little while, after this section of wall, I'll take a break after the hallway's done, because it's getting tiring. Every now and then you get lucky with the aim. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. I hate it when that happens. Not enough pressure. So, and bad angle. here, I'm checking all the others, you know. Yeah, just checking. Okay, next section. So, a propelled 3-foot platform. Yeah, that would be fantastic. I'll tell you one thing. If it wasn't for the fact that I really want to get into the house already, I would take my time and I would be building these things just for fun. So yeah, and when it comes around, when it comes around for the we'll go a little further forward. When it comes around for the warehouse and stuff, I will definitely take it under advisement and do those things because they can be fun. All right, all that's good. All that's good. The next section over there. Won't be long before I'm inviting people over. I still got a while to go. Still got a while. Okay. Excellent. Yeah, this strip should last me to the end of the hallway, and then I'll take a break. Sit and chat for a while. All right. Put you guys at the end of the hallway over here. Let me finish this hallway up, and then I'll take a break, like I said. Oh, well, I guess I could take a break sooner than I thought. I only got a couple things over here. Awesome. Gotta tell you, folks, it's tiring. It's definitely tiring. But every bit of exhaustion is worth it. It's really quite relaxing. So I got to do this strip here. I got to do that strip. I got to do the kitchen, the blue. So let me just sit here for a moment and relax. Have a Diet Coke. Have a tea. Have a sit. And have a chat with you guys. Oh. Yeah. I'm doing the whole, so between today and tomorrow, I'll finish you know what? I'm just going to finish this section and look over the other section because I'm going to work on tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to do the compounding. I'm going to start the compounding. I'm going to see if I do my bedroom first, just to knock it out. Better yet, before I do the bedroom, I actually was planning on, let me sit and aim you guys this way. So what I plan to do, hang on, there we go, drop this down here. What I had planned to do was so many things are going through my mind. I got to do the bedroom. Oh, I got to finish this thing. Oh, I got to do. It's one school of thought is go room by room and finish the room up to a certain section, which is one of the things I'm doing. And I'm doing a few things. And the reason I'm doing a few things is number one, because I can. Number two, because I feel like it. And number three, because it breaks up the monotony. Because if I had to just force myself to put in all the screws or do all the outlets or before anything else, that is a meticulous way of doing things. But basically what I end up, as long as I do them in order, I got the bulk of the screws in. I have all the screws in on the octagon side. So what I'm going to do is start on the master bedroom, and I'm going to do that room by room thing. In the meantime, when I take a break from that room by room thing, I go to the item thing. In other words, there are certain lights. I haven't done all the lights. I got the exterior lights left. And I've got one light here that's burned out, or rather not burned out, but it came damaged. If you could see it over there. So I got to swap it's probably the piece behind it. So I got to do that. That'll only take 5 minutes, but that means getting up on a ladder. It means taking time, et cetera, et cetera. The outside lights, I got that on my head. The soffits, the little corners. The soffits are all done except for 6 little corners. I got to get that done. Those are things that are on the back of my mind. I go, you know what? I'm tired of this. Let me switch to that, and that way it'll keep me. No matter what, I haven't stopped. But what I do is important because if I do the same thing over and over and over, the drywall is fun. The drywall screwing is fun. The compound is fun, which is probably why I'm doing so much of it now. The electrical is also fun, so I like doing that. Probably why I'm putting off those other ceiling lights and the soffits. But there'll come a weekend where I'm just going to go, you know what? I'm just going to tackle that on, and I'm going to be motivated. I'm waiting for those motivated times to attack the difficult stuff. In the meantime, I'm on autopilot mode. I'm just okay. I'm going to get up and work now. What's next? And just and do that. But so the the compound I'm looking forward to, but I wanted to make sure I have enough work for me. So, because I've got to mix, there's no point unless I mix numerous compounds, because at the end, I got to clean all this stuff out. You know, I got to clean out all my tools. This is compound we're talking about. Yeah, I could let it dry and then clean it out later. It'll just be that much difficult. It'll still melt, you know, because I'm using all-purpose joint compound, ready mixed. If I use the dry stuff, oh, good luck trying to get it off. But it's fast setting and stuff. So there's, for those of you who don't know joint compound, they have different compounds, different levels. They have the lightweight stuff, and dust. It's sometimes called dustless or whatever. That stuff's okay. It's great for little patches and thin stuff. But when you're talking about thick patches or when you're talking about taping and drywall, I don't like to use that stuff because that stuff has a tendency to crack. You know. Then you've got that. Then all-purpose is my go-to for most things. Then you've got the dry stuff, the what they call hot mud. They call it hot mud because once you mix it, you've got a certain amount of time. It's hot. You got a certain amount of time to apply it before it goes bad. The bad thing is you have to mix all or as much as you need and then use it. And if you need more, you got to wash it out. You should wash it out because if not, that other stuff will continue to get hard and then create gravel and rocks. The nice thing about the hot mud is if you mix enough of it and do it fast and you're working with a team, then that stuff, you've got 15, 30, 45 minute, 90 minute set times. So depending on which, you got a certain working time with these. I prefer not to use them. I like the joint compound. The all-purpose stuff is better for me. And then I buy the boxed all-purpose stuff because for every box you buy, actually no, let me explain this. By weight, the box stuff's 3.5 pounds. The joint compound in the bucket is 4.5 pounds. Okay. Sorry, 50 pounds. 4.5 gallon, 3.5 gallon. Now, excuse me. If you buy the pails, you're paying an extra $4 for the bucket. How do I know this? Take I forgot what the lowest common factor was. I think it's 7. I think it's 630, whatever it is, and divide it by the number of gallons and multiply by the cost. And the bottom line is, if the boxes were sold in 4.5 gallon, and you compare the box versus the bucket, you're paying $4 extra per bucket, per per 4.5 gallons of compound. It's great if you need buckets. So I bought 5 buckets, but the rest I bought all in boxes. I'll pour the box. I'll undo the thing, drop it into the bucket. 3.5 gallons is a very comfortable size to mix in a 5-gallon bucket. And then I can mix my certain amount of water, get it nice and the proper consistency for my banjo, for my level 5 tools, and all that. So there's that. So the first step is that I got to do over there is I got to get the it's called the nail spotter. It's a small flat box, and it will allow me to just put compound right over all the nails. The ones on the ground, the ones at eye level, it's almost worth me doing it with the spatula. I can do it real fast. But this tool, once you get the hang of it, you just walk and every strip of the sound effects, don't you? Every strip, every strip of nails, you just pass right over it, and there you go. After that, it's most of the time it's a 3-step process. You put the compound and the tape on with the applicant with the bazooka or whatever you want to call it. You put the apparatus applies the tape, and you roll it out. Now, it's really cool because it's got this chain. So as you're rolling, the chain is pushing the compound up. It's geared. So you're getting a consistent level of compound on the tape as you're laying it on. After this, then you got to use, let's say it's on the corner. You got to use a tape applicator. Corner taper. I forgot what it's called. Well, anyways, that pushes down the tape, and pretty much then you have the tape nice and placed on the thing, but it's got gunk everywhere. And then that's when you come with the last unit, which evenly applies compound. Now, the evenly applied compound is done 2 different ways with this box. One is, you've seen the old-fashioned, and I'll explain this as I'm doing it, but you've seen the corner spatula, the corner trowel that's meant for inside corners, for those of you who have drywalled before. And that's great. That means you have to take a spatula, spread the compound on, and then use the corner spatula to... Well, this thing's basically a spreader and a corner spatula all in one. It pushes and applies the right amount of compound while you're pulling down. So, and it takes a while to get the hang of it, so I have to, Now, the difficult part about that room, the master, is while I've got some corners, I've got some 45-degree corners. They're really 62 degree corners. So there's some open corners that I'm going to be using a special tape, which it's got metal in it, and I can bend it to whatever I want. It's paper face, so I can actually run it across. But I'm going to have to do that all manually, mostly manually. First, I'm going to do the other stuff so I can get the hang of the tools, because it's been a while since I've used them. So yeah, I've lost the edge. So anyway, get back to as soon as I finish this, I'll get back to the screwing in of the top of the drywall. Maybe I'll just do a little unboxing. I'll probably do an unboxing video tomorrow with the tools. Yeah, yeah. Show you what each one is and what each one does. I'll describe them now to you. First and foremost, we begin with the pump. The pump gets inserted into the bucket. You have to prime it a little bit. You should prime it, but it's a pump. It's a pump, and it has this dispenser that it has actually two types of dispensers. One goes into the banjo. I call it a banjo, but it's not a banjo. It's a bazooka. One goes into the bazooka. The bazooka fills up completely with compound and allows me to, like I said, to apply the tape applicator, whatever, the taper, automatic taper. That's another way of calling it. And then you got the all the different boxes, the flat boxes. If you've ever seen the videos with the guys doing drywall, watch them. They're fascinating. Basically, they'll take they'll pump and fill in the whatever box needs filling in. Now, one more thing that I have, which is going to make this job kind of semi-interesting, is I have a couple of tints. I have yellow and blue tint for the walls, for the drywall, and that's because the first layer that I'm going to apply is going to be white. I need to know the after it dries, and I maybe a light sanding if any, I need to apply the second layer and make sure that if I apply white on white, I won't know what I did and what I didn't do. I will, because I've been painting for a long time, and I could tell, especially because the first layer is this thin and the second layer is this thick. But still, it's nice to have the colors. That way, at a glance, I can see, oh, look, I missed that piece over there. It doesn't have a second layer on it. And this compounding now is the most vital part of the whole process. I'm still trying to decide whether to do a textured ceiling or not, because a textured ceiling is quite a job. On the other hand, and again, it all depends on how well the taper, it goes with the taper and stuff. Because if I can do it all from the ground and have a nice smooth ceiling, I'm not going to bother texturing, because it's going to save me time. However, if it takes a long time to get that finish, like for the walls, it's very easy to do the ceiling. All I got to do is tape it, smooth the tape, and that's it. One layer, and then I can just have at it with the texture. Anything that looks like it's imperfect, just hit it with more texture. Done. You know, just anything I over texture, scrape it off and retexture. I mean, I've done that stuff before. It's a simple matter. But again, it hides a lot of imperfections on the ceiling, but I don't think I need to hide many imperfections. I've got a bunch of light blaring down. Nobody's going to be looking at the ceiling because all the light is shining down. The walls, on the other hand, they're beautiful, but they will show every imperfection. It's nice, though. Nice. It's really nice. So let's get going. I'm almost done here. And we'll continue our, for lack of a better word, screwing around. we go, folks. Alrighty, let's see what's next. Let's do this section next. If I can get up there with the, oops, I don't want to move the drywall sheets until I'm ready to move them. These are, you can call them extra, but I ordered extra on purpose. These are the ones that go in the warehouse afterwards. that one. Okay. Hey, Dave, good to see you. Time to grab another bucket of screws. Be right back. Let me grab my bucket of screws. Bucket of screws, bucket of screws. Gonna have a bucket of screws. This is my bucket of screws, bucket of screws. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bucket of screws, bucket of screws. And since I'm gonna expect to use all of them, I just rip the tape off brute force like. Being careful, of course, not to stab myself with any of the screws in the bucket of screws. Bucket of screws. Where is my drill thingy? There it is. And of course, I gotta climb the ladder for one screw. Hey, one minute. Two. Next, I should, now that I'm here, cut that corner piece because there's a finished piece in the corner, but you know what? Don't feel like it. Now we'll move on to the blue section. Yay! All right, let's get some of this stuff done. Okay. I may have to move the table out a little bit. Yeah, that'll work. Let's see, do the top. Let me aim it a little higher this time. All right. Aha. That's a plate. Done for this section. Gotta do that a little bit. It's the up and down, the up and down. Not to mention the fact that my hands. Now, I don't know. You guys tell me, because today my wife and my daughter got a tub, put some Epsom salt in it with hot water, and I soaked my hand for 15 minutes. Didn't do a thing. Didn't do a thing. What's it supposed to do? I mean, my hand's still as puffy as ever. Because I mean, it's all swollen here. It's swollen here. I mean, I've done this before. I've worked with drills and different things, and my hand's gotten all so swollen that it's just. I did that part already. That it's happened to me before. I actually went to see a hand doctor years ago, a decade or two ago, whatever. And he told me they can give me cortisone. I don't want that. They can operate. I don't want that, because I mean there's nothing to operate. It's basically the muscles were so swollen. Well, I mean, it got to the point that I couldn't squeeze anything. I still had squeezing pressure here. I could squeeze the living heck out of something, but you can't grasp a fork unless you're really, really forcing yourself to, and everything hurts. So it's happened to me before. And after a month or two of rest, right as rain, perfectly fine, you know? And that seems to be the case with every single one of my ailments. So I'm going with that. You know, I'm working through the pain, but figuring, you know what? In the end, a lot of rest, and I'll be back to normal. Because everything, the muscles will shrink, the swelling will go down, and what it is the muscles are so swollen that they are not to mention my weight doesn't help, but the muscles are so swollen that the small little thin tunnel, carpal tunnel, that goes through the wrist is being choked, and that's where all the muscles and the control for my hand goes. Well, as long as it's not impairing me, which it's giving me a little pain, but it's not really impairing me too much. Just let it be, because in the end, you're gonna just relax and, you know, vibratory therapy. I'll try that. I'll definitely try that. Now, what has worked is TENS units. Is when I put the TENS unit on, so that that really relieves a lot. But ultimately, until the swelling of the muscles goes down, and a weightlifter, I don't know if weightlifters have this problem. A lot of weightlifters, I don't know, they work through the pain. Who knows what they do? I don't know what they do, but thing is, the weightlifters, they lift, and then they don't do repetitive motion like I do with a drill for 4 or 6 or 8 hours. Squeeze, and with the trigger finger and the rest. Not to mention carrying the drywall. These little 4 fingers here. And every now and then when I do this on my thumbs as well, they're carrying, I don't know, 60, 80 pounds, if not more, of drywall, each sheet, and constantly moving. Yeah, ask your son about it. Ask him if his hands are thick because all his muscles are thick. I imagine they would be. Most weightlifters, I see they've got like my hand right now is so puffy, it's not funny. But at the same time, like I said, the weight doesn't help, and that's the advantage they have. They're extremely lean. So, I had a buddy of mine that passed away that had carpal tunnel, and he had chronic fatigue syndrome, and all this, and he always had an issue with his arms and stuff, and he was overweight and stuff, and he got operated numerous times, and yeah, they opened it up and stuff, but in the end, he just got less and less movement in his hands, and he liked to work with woodworking, little boxes. He liked to make boxes and stuff, but I don't think that's it. I mean, from what I see, other than the TENS unit helping relieve the pain and exercising the muscles and giving them because the TENS unit is fantastic. When I had my knees go out on me, and I would put the TENS unit on, and they're still weak, and I'm sure there's some cartilage missing and stuff, because I don't dare kneel right now without pads, and I'm trying not to kneel at all, because on my left knee, whenever I put it on the ground and just kneel once, the rest of the day it could give out on me if I'm kneeling on the hard concrete. I never want to do that. That's a recent thing, but again, we're getting older. That's probably normal for whatever, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the tile work. I'm trying to see if I can get some help for the tile, but most of the places I checked around, they're $5 a square foot. $5 a square foot is $15,000 for this house. I don't have it. Whereas the tiles themselves are costing me $3,000. About. I can't justify spending an extra $15,000. And that's the story of my life, story of the whole build. The story of the whole build is just, I cannot justify that. I cannot justify that. I mean, it is what it is. All right, let's see if I can, I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna do it from here, because otherwise it's too much of a reach. So let me see if I can, only got 2 screws left. That's not gonna make it. Let me put a new one in. It's just one strip that I got left here to finish. Okay, the other one's done. Let's move on to the next section. And the next section that I haven't done is this one right here. Okay, here we go. Bring the ladder over. Just forget where I put the tools. Here we go. Back it's itching. There's a section over here that's one that has it, one that doesn't. I don't know. Okay. Okay, let's do the pantry because we're missing the pantry. I got a section of it anyway, so let you guys see the pantry a bit. And yeah, that's the section. Okay, let me grab the ladder. Let me grab the screws and the extra screws. Leverage, folks, leverage. That's horrible leverage. This is better. Okay. Oh, let's see here. Okay, so they mainly just tear calluses off. Yeah, he's had that before from too much sodium water. Yeah, he's a big boy, 300 pounds, deadlifts near 500. That is a big. That's yeah. The only callus I have is, well, I have a few on my big thick callus on my thumb, but I need it. This is where I hold. Well, that's where I've been holding all the drywall. So. I want my calluses. I need my. Well, I'm sure the calluses are nowhere near as big as the weightlifters, but. Okay. about that, folks. Didn't aim the camera, but that's all right. There we go. That's what I'm working on now. Give me a sec. I got to get another set of screws. Or two. All right. All right. Okay, this one also. All right. Let's put you guys over here for that section. This one's done. All right. Let's give you a nice bird's eye view over here of all of that. Put another strip in. And move this puppy out of the way. Ladder time. I'll take a break at the end of this wall too, because this is, I'm getting a little tired again. there's a panel there. There's a plate up here, so I gotta take it easy because there's some plumbing there. All right. All right. Move this out of the way here. Getting pretty good with the estimating where the stud is when the line's missing. Yeah. You know what I should do is, well, I can do that later. There's a section of wall. I mean, there's a section of 2x4s that I placed up there. At precisely, well, I got the number in my head somewhere. And I should just run a bead across it, but there's no point because that's where I'll be screwing there'll be cabinets across this whole area, so there's no point in really putting too many screws here anyway. The last of the wall. The last of the blue wall. Well, the last of the kitchen blue wall. There are a bunch of bathroom blue walls I gotta take care of. Done. Oh, let's see. All righty. Don't you hate them when finishing walls? Hang on a second. Scroll, see what happened here. Perlinis? Don't you hate them when finishing walls for a cable? Perlinis. Let's try that again. I'm trying to guess what that word was. Purlines. That one I'm unfamiliar with. Purlines. Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, it was quite annoying, but I mean, I got them what I did was I measured, I have, the bottom of the cabinet is standard is 54 inches, and the top of the counter is about here, which is 30 inches, roughly. 54 is about here. That's the bottom of the top cabinets. They're 36 inches high. So 36 and 54 is 7'6". Unless I'm wrong. No, I'm wrong. Hang on a second. 36 and 54 is 80 inches. 6'6". My mind is going. 54 inches is 4 foot, and 30 feet is 7'6". It is 7'6". Okay, 7'6", which is 90 inches. Sorry, yeah, I got 36 and 54, 90. I'm not working on all thrusters today. So at 90 inches, I have the top of the 2x4, and then from there it goes 3.5 inches. So I can screw in my top cabinets near the top anywhere I like, and that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, I wonder if it is. Now I got to double check. Well, it's too late now. I got the walls up. So if it's at 80 inches, I'm just screwing my cabinets lower. So this, I know that this one goes across. So let me see here. 48 and 90 inches, 48 and 48, 50 and 30, 50 and 40. 50 and 40 is 90, yeah, it's at 90. The top of it's at 90. I don't remember if I did 90 or 90 and a half. I don't know what I did, but yeah. And that's what that's what I nailed in. That's where I nailed the 2x4s into the studs. Yeah, everything should go well. You know, obviously, if I can, I'm going to try to screw it straight into the stud. But you know, because you don't want to rely your entire cabinet. Let's say it's a small cabinet, you've got it in between two studs, and which is rare, but it happens. And then you attach it to 2x4s. to the 2x4 and got a whole tons of plate on it. And lo and behold, the two nails, all these highly unlikely scenarios, the two nails on either side that you toenailed in the 2x4 with or driven it in break. I mean, yeah, it's not likely that any of these things are going to happen. I think I hit it each one with 3 nails, but I could hang on them. So if I could hang on them 250 pounds, 280 pounds, I don't think a cabinet pressing against the wall is going to pull down vertically on the 2x4 and pull it out of the wall. So, you know, yeah, I'm happy. Let me sit and chat for a while because let me see. I think, let me look around because I think the living room is, let me disconnect you and walk around here. So this is the kitchen. Obviously, the kitchen's completely done. All the blue is done on the kitchen. Now this part here, this wall, since I had to screw in all the top and the bottom, I actually went ahead and since I was on a ladder anyway, I might as well go ahead and knock that out, and I did. So this entire wall is done. This entire wall is done. The only thing I have left, oddly enough, is this little section right here, because this was the last one I did. This one, let me see if I did it on this one. No, that one's all done. In fact, I started on that right now with you guys. So yeah, the only thing I have left in the entire living room hallway area is that one little piece. So I'm going to go ahead and knock it out now, and then I'll rest and relax and chat. Yeah, 300 pounds of dishes, exactly. And that's going to be I don't know how many dishes I have, but I don't think, well, yeah, 300 pounds is reasonable. But all specifically in one area, we usually spread them out. But you never know. Add to that, if you happen to put away your KitchenAid mixer in one of those top cabinets, which I do not recommend, but if you did that, holy cow, then you're talking some weight there. I don't know how much those things weigh. They're not much, but just enough to be an annoyance. Fantastic machines, overpriced, but, well, I guess people continue paying money for them and they're not overpriced. I was trying to find, they last forever, and you can just, so I just look for an old one and fix it if it's broken. And we're done with the last piece. Solid. Okay, folks. I'm happy to say living room, pantry, foyer, dining room, kitchen, hallway, this whole area, done. So that's good. Now, let me walk around real quick and do a quick survey. Take you guys with me. My ex would stack all she could into the cabinet. She probably had at least 5 designs and 8 settings of each. Yeah, I hear you. That's crazy, but it is what it is. We had we have 2 sets from I have my wedding set, which I'm very, very happy with because it's a Disney set. Okay, this is all done. This is all done. This is all done. This is all done. Yeah, this is all done here. I'm in the master bath. It's all done here. Going to the office. Office is all done. So now the only thing I got left, and I'll do them tomorrow. I'm not going to do them today. Is let's see what I got left. Okay, this room I got the top. I guess the Denise room. I call it the Denise room. It's for those of you who haven't heard the story. My wife's friend Denise, best friend and former coworker, at one of the schools she worked at, said the only way we could leave Miami is if there's a room available for her when she comes and visits. That's the only condition. So we call it the Denise room. Our guest room is the Denise room. Look real quick in the dark here, but well, you guys see it better than I can. But yeah, the guest bathroom is done. So I'm missing the Denise room. This is I call this grandma's room, but this is bedroom number 2. Let's see. The closet is complete, but the room is not. And the bathroom is both bathrooms. Not both. There's 4 bathrooms. The grandma bathroom and the girls' bathrooms need I have to install a shower, and I'll be doing that soon enough. Okay, so the laundry room also still needs the screws. So guest laundry, I'll do that tomorrow. Guest laundry, both girls' rooms, all 3 bedrooms that I got on this side, 4 bedrooms including the guest bed. So except for the master, all the bedrooms in the house, but that's easy. This bathroom is actually taken care of. So this is the bath here, and I got to cut this. I have to move it just like 2 or 3 inches to the right location. Carolina's room, that's and her closet and Annie's closet. So yeah, I got a bit of screwing around as it were to go, but probably another couple buckets, another couple thousand screws, and I'm done. But I'm very happy that I got the house all the way up to there, because that's basically 2/3 of the house on the top is screwed in. We'll see what we can do, whatever we have to do. Yeah, that's good. It's good. So I put a thick extension cord. I've got it very safe, but what I did was I'm powering the lights through the panel, and what I did was I both sides. Obviously, the main breaker's off. It's strictly internal. I took one of the double breakers. For those of you that know electrical, I made sure there's nothing going out there. Not that it matters, because I'm disconnected at the meter and I'm disconnected at the main. So there's no issue of hurting anybody outside of the house. Inside of the house, I got it all covered up. I powered the panel with a big 10-3 extension cord. And it's pushing the whole thing is pushing about 12 amps. So it's the extension cord. If I leave it for a long enough time with all the lights on, it'll get a little warm. No big deal. But I mean, it won't pop the breaker. It's a 20 amp breaker. So, but it is running 200 feet from the breaker. So I'm surprised that it hasn't blown the breaker. And that's not the only thing. Get this. that same power powers the compressor, the refrigerator here, the saw. When I turn the saw on, obviously I don't turn the compressor and the saw on at the same time. All these with all the lights on, and no problem, you know. Um, the way I have it connected is I have a 110-3 extension cord, 100-footer that has a triple connection at the end. One connection goes for another 10-foot 10-3 extension cord, those big thick commercial grade ones, and that gets jumped into the 110 goes on both legs of a 220 breaker, feeding it in, you know. So I have the main breaker off, I have the 220 feeding the panel, and I only have specific lights on. I don't have all the outdoor lights, you know, that I normally would have, but all the outdoor lighting. I've got all the interior lights on, most of them. I don't have the bathroom lights on because they're also hooked up with a fan, and I don't like hearing the noise of the fan. So that's the electrical I have now. I just finished wiring and testing all the outlets of the master bedroom. Little by little, when I'm bored, I'll sit on my stool and I'll start putting in all the outlets. Because I have little paint shields for them and everything. So I'm not going to put covers on, obviously, but when I'm compounding, when I'm painting, I put the glue on little paint shields. I bought enough for the whole house. So I'll put all the switches on beforehand, spray the heck out of this place when I'm ready. And, you know, tomorrow I should be, just so many things going through my mind. So tomorrow I'll be laying down crepe paper. First thing I want to do is I want to mop the floor. Today I took this sweeping compound. It works pretty well. Talk about keeping the dust down. It's fantastic. So you spread it all around. It's kind of like a wet dirt, but a wet, clean dirt. And you spray it all around and then just sweep it up. That's it. It's that simple. It sticks to all the little powder from the drywall sticks to it. There's still tons left on the floor, but that's what the mopping is for. I just didn't want to be mopping extensively and then have a layer, again, a layer of every time you mop, you got to clean that mop again, and you're, as long as you're constantly wringing out the thing, you'll eventually clean the floor. But what I should have done was, well, no, see, the floor even has a little concrete dust and dust from before I even started doing the drywall. But once I started the drywall, forget it. This thing's, it is all the little tiny pores in here, and I need to clear that out. I need to clear out the drywall, the dust that's in there, because the last thing I need is a concrete floor that has a layer of drywall dust on it. And when I try to put the thin set for the tile, it all just peels right off the floor and it cracks. And you know, I don't need that. Everything's about good adhesion. I am going to prior to putting the thin set on, I am going to take a roller and roll Bondo onto the floor. Make sure it's good and sticky, you know. But prior to all of that, and now's a good time to do it, is so I don't have to clean the floor twice. I'm just going to clean and mop the floor as best I can, the cement, and then put entire layer of. No, I don't want to use muriatic acid because then that'll etch the floor. I don't want it etched, and it may not do much it may not get rid of the concrete dust and stuff. I mean, the floor is beautifully smooth, but it's porous enough when the concrete dust is not in there. I mean, not concrete. I keep calling it concrete dust. There's some in there, but drywall dust, the gypsum. So as soon as I mop it all up and give it a good mopping, give it a good vacuum, then I'm going to layer it with the the craft paper that I have. I got rolls of craft paper from my painting days, and tape them together. So now I'll have the floor covered. Then I'll be compounding like crazy, because the last thing I want to do is, aside from cleaning it later again, is all that drywall sanding and all that. If I do any drywall sanding, hopefully I'll do as little as possible. But all that compound, when a compound piece falls on the ground, I don't need to be. I know they say, oh well, let it dry and then just scrape it right off. Yeah, it still leaves junk on. It still leaves. It still grabs on and leaves something on the in the concrete. If it's on the crepe paper, I won't even bother letting it dry. I just scrape it off when it's wet, dump it in the garbage, and continue. And what little is left will dry in minutes. And I'll continue joint compounding the place. But I definitely have to. Yeah, I'll get a mop and start. I wanted to start compounding tomorrow, but I have a feeling I'm going to be mopping, and I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So many different things to do. So many things to do yet. I mean, it's all moving along, but it's so many details. The two showers, I have to check them, align them, get on my knees, which is a pain in the butt. Once they're aligned, I have to fill that in with concrete. Okay. Once that's filled in with concrete, then I can, once it's filled in with concrete, then I can place the tub on it. It's just, then I got to screw in the tub, and then I got to finish the drywall around the tub and finish. And here's the fun part. Then I got to cut the holes properly in the tub for the valve and for everything. And then on top of all of that, I have to, on one of the showers, the shower goes, let me see if I can explain it. There's a corner. So imagine a corner, a wall and a wall. And the shower is one piece. So there's that third wall that's missing. That third wall that's missing, I got to create it, the partition wall. But I got to create it after I put the shower in its place, because that's the one that's getting all the plumbing in it. So I have to create it first, cut all the holes, put the plumbing in, and then move the wall into place with the plumbing, nice and carefully. It's PEX, it's flexible, and then bolt it down, nail it up. Nail it to the ground, nail it to the top, nail it to the wall, and have everything in place. Screw in the tub to that last piece, and it's a lot. Did that third wall way for mom's bathroom model? Oh yeah, you did that third wall that way for yeah, that's it. And several shower pans, but never on a slab. Well, the way I designed it originally, this slab was the following. What you do is you have the monolithic slab, and the way it's designed is you actually put the shower, where the shower goes, you put a frame of 2x4s, and then you dig 3 inches deeper. Okay, so what you're in essence doing is you're creating your level with the rest of the floor. Then you've got that lip of 2x4s, and then you still need your 3 or 4 inches of slab underneath. So basically it's going like this. So now you've got a recess. Okay. And the drain is appropriately located already, but you've got a recess. So the rest is just like a shower pan. It's you at least the way I do it is the following: is I use thin set, and here's a little method to cheat with. Grab 3 or 4 sheets of Duroc, or however many, and before you do it, cut the Duroc in angles like you would cut the tile, whatever. Uh, for me, what I did was I actually cut the Duroc 4 pieces where the corners went to the tile. So it was kind of, you can cut them in 4. You can cut them like a pizza, like an 8 slice pizza, if you will. So now you have your Duroc cut into pizza slices with a hole cut in the middle. That's where your drain goes. And I'm saying in the middle, if it's in the middle, wherever your drain is located, use the appropriate lengths. And then fill the bed with mortar. Sorry, not with mortar, with mortar. I like to use fiber concrete myself, nice and thick, and smooth it out. Place the Duroc while the concrete's wet in the concrete. It'll be the top half inch. So make sure you're half-inch low. So once you got that all set up, it's a cakewalk after that. You've got a hard somewhat curved surface, curved and flat, which is great because you can lay the tile on it. You don't have to curve the tile. It'll all just go in directions. And then the trap is buried. Yeah, the P trap is under. The P trap's always going to be under. Now, if you wanted, you could open up, put a bunch of sand around the P trap. But the P trap, although it's buried, it's not buried much, stuff. And then they have showers that fit inside a 2-inch of a P trap. They have them that fit outside. It's a bunch of different ones. What I like to use is what I do is I glue the OD shower thing at the proper level. I made sure it's, add the space for the tile, and then I like to make it a 16th or an 8-inch below the tile. So you got the tile and then it drops into so the drain with the cover is lower, not even, not that much lower, not lower enough to be a bother for your feet when you walk on it, but, or make it flush if you like. Well, that you can easily fill in with, I like to make it lower so I could fill it up with the thin set when I place the tile. So when the tile comes around, it's nice and even. Well, so then you put your after you do the concrete bed, you put your rubber mat, you put your rubber liner, and different. Now, in the case of the enclosed showers, that's a whole different ball game. It's so easy. It's so easy. You make a nice flat base. Locate the shower in the right place and stick a 2-inch tube in the right place. The 2-inch tube, the 2-inch pipe, the PVC pipe, should have about 2 inches past where it's cut, and it should be cut about half an inch or so below the bottom lip of the bottom, the base of the shower, the shower pan. Because what happens is then what you do is you place you screw in if you've ever done this before, you screw in onto the enclosure. You got to tilt it up and get in from underneath, but you screw in a drain, which a drain, what happens is the drain, it's a drain that's bigger than the 2-inch pipe, slips over the 2-inch pipe, and then you actually slip a sleeve, a rubber sleeve, and then when you crank down the thing, it squeezes the rubber sleeve. So the PVC is on the inside, the drain is on the outside, and the drain is also squeezed into the tub, so there should not be any leaks anywhere. And that goes straight in. You don't need any kind of uh, pan. You don't need any kind of mortar bed. You don't need it. All you need is a nice flat surface. Personally, I like to, when I'm ready to place the tub in, I like to fill it in with thin set or mortar mix or something, just to be just to have some support under the shower. But no big deal. And the trap is the trap is underneath. All you got to do is, if you need to clear the trap from hair, which I guess happens. I've never had it happen in my house, but it happens. Well, maybe I think I had it once, but anyway, all you got to do is just pop the little top off, as always. Run your snake or your plastic uh, fishing thing through it, and they sell drains to catch hairs and stuff like that if you're so disposed, or if you're so uh, if you're meant to do, if you want to do that, inclined. That's the word I was looking for. If you're so inclined. Um, well, yeah, it's but that's it's a pain, but that's what I got to do with the showers. I gotta really all I really got to do is make sure that the drain is located roughly in the right place. I do have. Oh, and that's the part I didn't tell you, of course. You were asking me if the trap is buried. Sort of. Here's the thing. Aside from dipping down, the area of the trap is exposed. There's a box that you put there to prevent the concrete from going anywhere near there. So what happens is, if you're talking from the very, very beginning, bug here, um, you have your fill concrete for the foundation. You have your fill. You compact it. You do your termite spray. You put your vapor barrier. Okay, so now you have your vapor barrier over all your fill. Then is when you pour all the molds. Now this vapor barrier does go down where the shower goes and then goes back up. In the middle, where the drain is, you place a box filled with dirt, and um, and that will prevent the. So you basically have, on all the drains, you have, it goes all the way down to the ground, a handhold. However, by code, once the plumbing is installed, you have to have at least an inch of he has to see concrete at the bottom. So you just pour an inch of concrete or so to cover up that hole, to cover the dirt, you know. So you're gonna have, here's the finished floor. Then you have 3.5 inches lower is your pit, your where the shower is, and then 3 or 4 inches down from that is the 1 inch of concrete, the top of the 1 inch of concrete, and then the dirt and the fill um, in that section. So if you were so inclined, in fact, I'll show you guys right now. I'll show you the. Let me see if I can aim the camera. Give me a second. I gotta, because I don't feel like. Well, no, I can flip it over. Hang on. So let me go to the bed and bath 3 or lights. Okay. I wanted to turn the lights on in the bathroom so I could see it. So here's the bath. Now, as you see, there is. Let me see if I can. Hang on. Let me just flip the camera. It's easier for me to see this way. All right. So as you see, this drain is required. It's 5 foot for the water test, but forget that. This gets cut down there. So that hole. So you see The shower originally was going to be 3x3. Later, I opted against it, decided on a flat shower. So I don't even need the hole here. So I'm going to fill the hole up completely, except for one little piece that, see, the shower is actually going to, it's, it's here now. It should be right here. It's about 2 or 3 inches offset from where it's supposed to be, because I didn't know what type of shower I was going to get. Well, I could easily do a little bit of, I could break that 1 inch of concrete, or I could just do a twist and a twist, a 90 and a 90, because I'm so deep that it's not a problem. And if you look inside the shower, let me show you guys the shower here. Hang on. So this shower has a nice little seat, and there it is. And there's about a good inch and a half from the lip to the floor. So I've got space there. And then so the shower is going to go here against this wall. Just as you see it there, it's going to go up against this wall. Seats on that side, the shower's on this side. So all those connections, I got to move them over here, build a wall, and put them out this way, and the shower goes that way from here, this side. And like I said, this goes flat, completely flat, and then I cut that off and just leave a little piece sticking out for the shower stall, and that's that. There we go. I'm back. Sorry about that. See if I got my mic. Yeah, I think I didn't lose my mic. Sometimes when I switch positions, it loses the sound. But I think I didn't this time. Yeah. So anyway, that's, and both the showers are identical yet symmetrical. So one has the seat on one side, one has the seat on the other. Mine is going to be a pain, because here's the thing. They didn't have a 6 foot by 3 foot shower. They didn't have any. So I just said, forget it. My wife didn't like the idea. My wife loves the idea of the shower, of the one piece shower, because it's easy to clean. And that's, hey, I'm a guy, so not to be chauvinistic or anything. It's not that the lady has to clean, not at all. It's that the guy won't clean. So I'll hit it with some Tilex and wash it down, and I'm done with the cleaning for the month or for the 6 months period. I mean, it's a shower, for goodness sake. There's enough water running through it that I don't really care about anything else. Obviously, if I was by myself, I would clean it, but even if I'm not by myself, But so she basically has the right to demand anything as far as that's concerned. If not, I would have made them all like I originally designed, with a bunch of tile and have a nice day. But no, and then a couple of things went my way. Number one is, originally the shower was going to be a 3x3 shower, and then it was going to be a 3x3 enclosure. Well, an angle enclosure with a round thing. As luck would have it, it was really tough getting the 3x3 enclosure to fit, because you have to have 15 inches left and right of the toilet and the bidet. So now you have 15 inches from the wall, center of the toilet, 15 inches from that's the spot in between the bidet and the toilet. Then 15 inches, center of the bidet, and then 50. So you need 5 feet. I've got 7'10". Take away 5 foot, that's 2'10", not big enough for a 36-inch shower. And I didn't count on that. I don't know how the architect screwed up and didn't catch that. I mean, I'm the one that designed it, but the architect's supposed to check all that and didn't. Then I had it all built. I had the plumbing placed in place, and it was close. I didn't want to risk the inspector saying, no, you can't do this. You got to redo this. And then, as luck would have it, I thought to myself, you know what? They sell the new toilet bidets. And for the price of a toilet and a bidet, actually for half the price of a toilet and a bidet together, I got a super fancy tankless toilet bidet with hot air, hot water. The lid goes by itself. It's got motion control, so a guy can tap it and the guy lid will come up. The seat will come up. It's got everything. About 3 of them for the house. Now I closed off all the drains for the bidets, and now I got all the room in the world that the bidet had. Toilets haven't moved, and the bidet. So now I could put in bigger showers, and that's exactly what I did. I designed it. Now I redesigned it for a bigger shower. Yeah, plumbing on both ends. Yeah, I like that. Faucets never need readjusting. You know what? I'm still in time. I can do that. But no, that'd be funny. Yeah, mine. I made mine so. Well, nothing. I made mine long enough so the floor should not get wet, and it doesn't need a shower curtain. Although my wife's going to want a shower curtain on it. She puts shower curtains everywhere, whatever. And she's a big. See, I don't care. I'd put a door, but again, the door is something she'd have to clean, a glass door or otherwise, and it gets moldy and this and that. And I completely understand it. When the dollar store sells a liner for $1, or $1.25 now, it's there, and it lasts for 2-3 months, whatever. There's no point. I mean, if you keep it clean, no point in having I mean, the money you'd spend on cleaning supplies, you could buy a new shower curtain and just done. And that's the way we've lived for the past 20 years, and I'm good with it. I don't care. It's a shower. So, I'll tell you though, I like the idea of that shower stall. I really do. I may end up getting something similar for the shop. That way I don't have to deal with tiling. But yeah, that's the next step. Is I really want to start putting in the. Well, I got to compound first. I got to compound everything first, so I can start tiling the floor, and then and putting in the plumbing. Because once I do that, I can don't have to go behind a tree or walk in and disturb my wife in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and so that'd be convenient. Once I get the guest bathroom working, and also when guests visit, they can go to the bathroom. Anyway, let me let you guys go. You guys have a wonderful day. I am going to call it a night. It's I don't know what time it is, but it's but one of the Star Treks is on H&I, so I'll be watching that and just relaxing. I'm so happy when you get a section done, you're so relieved. I'm so tempted just to start the compound because I'd really like to start it, but I know I'm going to make a mess of the floor, so I don't want to make a mess of the floor. But well, anyway, catch you later. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.